Hi, I'm Cindy Bertram. Thanks for joining me today on Good Ship Happens. And yes, it's been a lot of exciting things, of course, going on in the cruise industry. As I tell people, yes, good ship happens, okay? But some exciting things coming up too. Um, just some really, really fun things. But there's so many good things going on in the cruise industry. It's growing like crazy. New ships coming out, but also different places to explore now too, which is really great. New ship coming out that I will actually be on the christening of in April, the MSC World America, and it just looks phenomenal. I'll share more about it later. I'm just really excited because they just launched some new things too, so that's great too. So anyway, some things I will share today, of course. We've got, um, what happened too is we've got with MSC Cruises. Okay, they're privately owned, family owned, and the parent company, MSC Group, they actually own their Mediterranean shipping company, which they had for hundreds of years. It's family owned. Um, and they launched MSC Cruises. Oh my gosh, probably maybe it might have been made late 1990s, early 2000s. Okay, and then what they did was they got their foundation, which is great. Also, excuse me, they've got their new cruise line, which started about 2 years ago, Explore Journeys. And what happened was also MSC Cruises decided to build a new cruise port in Port Miami and actually can handle two different ships. So what they did was, maybe a week or two ago, is when MSC Cruises, their group, their parent company, they actually decided they brought their two ships, Explorer Journeys, Explorer 1, Explorer 2, they brought those to the U.S. to sail out of Port Miami. And they're saying they're right now through spring they will relocate back to the Mediterranean. Of course, too, what they did was the Explorer 1 and Explorer 2 actually were docked in Port Miami, and they both sailed out of the same cruise port, which is really exciting too, which is really fun too. So that was fun too. And I will get a chance to see, of course, their new port in Port Miami because that's where I'm going to be on the christening cruise of the World America. But also, what came up too is, Explorer Journeys is actually a luxury lifestyle ocean travel brand of MSC Group. And what they did too is with the Explorer 2, um, group people can actually, it's going to be docked at the Port Hercules, I'm sorry, during the Formula One Grand Prix de Monaco in 2025. And they've got two different distinct suite categories that are available. They got the Monaco City View, and this is going to be looking at the beautiful landscapes of Morocco. Suites that provide a front row seat to the event, which is great too. Also got their um, Monaco ocean view, and some uninterrupted views too. And so it's kind of fun that they're going to be actually, it's a way to actually kind of see the Grand Prix de Monaco on the Explorer 1, and that's going to be coming up this year. I don't know the actual date. I'll find out about that later too, okay? Um, but like I said, so guests can actually book a spot to sail on the Explorer 2 during the Formula One Grand Prix de Monaco in 2025. So that's good too. So that's really fun news too, isn't it? Yes. And one thing that's coming up too is, Princess Cruises, which is great too. Um, Alaska is a beautiful place to go to. I love it like crazy. I did Alaska Cruise back in 1997 on Star Cruises, their brand new ship, the Galaxy. It was really life-changing in many ways, but so beautiful places to see. But also Princess Cruises, they're expanding their Alaska National Park cruise tours too, which is great. And this just came up this week. It came up February 12th, of course. And what they're doing is they're beautiful places to explore in America's national parks. That's really a great trend too. But once again, too, is with Princess Cruises, because they've been sailing to Alaska for a long time. And what they're doing too is I know that they're offering different tours. It's their group of 2025 national parks cruise tours, and these include, of course, the National Parks Expedition. It's a way for people to see five parks in 15 days, and this includes the 7-day voyage of the Glaciers cruise, 2 nights in the Kenai Princess Wilderness Lodge, okay, which is great. Also 2 nights in Copper River Princess Wilderness Lodge too, and then 2 nights, of course, at the Denali Princess Wilderness Lodge. And then they got the National Parks Explorer. Another one is their National Parks Expedition. It's 5 parks in 15 days, of course. That includes the 7-day voyage of the Glaciers cruise, plus, of course, different places to go to too. And they just announced this, which is great too. And the Alaska Ski Season actually runs April through September. And this year, Princess Cruises actually going to be sailing 7 ships this year, 2025, and also have 8 ships in 2026 that would be departing from 5 different home ports, okay? And home ports they mentioned for 2026 include Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Vancouver, also Anchorage, and like I said, these include 88 visits to Glacier Bay. Princess also stops at their national park or at the cruise lines too. So keep it in mind because they have a lot of choices when it comes to Alaskan cruises this year and next year. And once again, Alaska, if you've never been there, definitely keep it in mind. It's just a phenomenal, gorgeous place to go to. You know, I saw glaciers calving. I saw whales. Oh, it's just beautiful places to go to too, and just great experiences too. So keep it in mind because the Alaska cruise season actually starts April, yes, through September, and then the ships reposition. When I did my Alaskan cruise a long time ago, we sailed out of Vancouver, but I was able to fly into Seattle and then go over up to Vancouver. And now cruise lines do sail out of Seattle to Alaska too, so keep in mind too. So that's really fun too. Something else that just came up too as far as new ships, of course. We just had a new ship that was just christened in Key West. Yes, the ship you're probably wondering about, it's American Cruise Lines, the American Legend. It's the newest small ship in the country, and it was christened in Key West, Florida. And like I said, the ship's name is the American Legend. And what's great too is with American Cruise Lines, they are family owned. Also, they got their separate company that builds their own ships. But once again, they sail in the U.S. And they're beautiful ships. Also, very, very customized too. So once again, too, is on February 19th, American Cruise Line actually announced that their American Legend, their newest small ship, and as part of their new Project Blue series, was officially christened in Key West, Florida, the week before. And the celebration took place while the ship was docked at Mallory Square, which is just steps away from the city's vibrant town center. American Legend was visiting Key West along with one of the other companies' popular 8-day Florida Gulf Coast and Keys cruises, which sail round trip from St. Petersburg, Florida, which in Americans' new Florida itineraries include the only cruises that explore the Sunshine State of Florida, of course, too, offer guests the opportunity to really sail the region, remaining fully domestic, of course, too, similar to their other U.S. river ports, too. And with the American Legends christening events, it included speeches, of course, plaque exchanges, local musical performances, and, of course, surrounded by cruise guests. The ship's official godmother, because the godmother christening the ship was actually the mayor of the city of Key West, Denise Dede. I think her last name is pronounced Henriquez, and she joined American Cruise Lines President and CEO Charles B. Robertson. He's a great person with the traditional bottle smash on the top deck. And then after attending different festivities, officials from the city and also the port, Key West Police and Fire were there too, which is great too. And Charles Robinson, like I said, he's the president, CEO of American Cruise Lines. He mentioned, we are honored to host American Legends christening ceremony in Key West with Mayor Henriquez and all our community partners too. And once again, American Cruise Lines really looks forward to really furthering their commitment to sustainable cruising too, which is great too. And what a great, great experience. I've been at a couple different christenings too. They're just so fun. Great way to celebrate a new ship sailing out. And they officially christen the ship with a godmother usually, although sometimes cruise lines will have a godfather too, yes. But once again, with American Cruise Lines and American Legend, their new ship, which is christened a week ago, they are continually, of course, committed to their being environmentally friendly cruising and continue to introduce new modern small ships too. And once again, they're really, really positive as far as focusing on the positive impact when it comes to local businesses and dedication to furthering authentic American experiences, which is great too. So keep in mind too, in case you want to actually sail in rivers in the U.S. Also, in this case, it was kind of a fun thing. They were sailing out of Key West, which is great too. But once again, with American Cruise Lines, they've got new small ships that are sailing a domestic river and small ship cruise market too. And for the next couple weeks, the American Legend is going to continue to cruise Florida's Gulf Coast and Keys cruise. And then in March, it's going to begin sailing on American Revolution cruises on Chesapeake Bay. And then also sail on the Potomac River. And then operate round trip from Washington, D.C., which is great. And through the summer months, American Legend is going to offer a mix of different coastal New England itineraries that include famous cities, of course, as far as Boston, New York. And then the new ship will conclude with an exclusive Hudson River cruises in September and October before returning to Florida for cruises in November and December. A bit more about the American Legend. She accommodates 100 guests. Yes, 100 guests. She features 4 different decks, a unique catamaran bow. And like her sister ships, it also has elegant interior design, private balcony accommodations. It's got a beautiful top deck for amazing views too. And they've got lounges inside and out. Also main restaurant, a casual cafe, plus walking track and fitness center. And it's just really, really great too. So just want to keep in mind too, if you're interested in maybe sailing in the U.S., definitely keep American Cruise Lines in mind too, because they are a great company, great leaders, family owned for years too. And that just came up too, so how fun, right? And like I said, the American Legend is the new ship with just christened, okay? And I think that's really good too. It's really kind of fun too, to keep it in mind too. So keep in mind, that's a great, great opportunity to think about too, if you think about taking a cruise in the U.S. too. And sailing from Key West. Key West is gorgeous. I've been there myself too on cruises, but it's kind of fun because it's a smaller port and just great experiences too. Some fun things too is, I think it mentions previously in a previous episode, but with Royal Caribbean. They have always, of course, they're known for sailing the Caribbean. That's where they first started. They've expanded different ports and things too. They go to Alaska. What they're doing too is they actually announced that they've got Royal Caribbean ships that are going to be departing on the West Coast starting 2026 and 2027. And so they're expanding their West Coast operations for their 2026 through 2027 season. And this includes the addition of San Diego as a new home port. And then offering enhanced offerings from Los Angeles. And the expansion is going to feature 5 ships, of course, offering different various itineraries in the Mexican Riviera. And with Royal Caribbean, they're going to begin their first ever cruises sailings from San Diego in October 2026 with the Serenade of the Seas. She'll be offering 3, 4, and 7-night voyages. The ship's going to visit destinations including Cabo San Lucas, Ensenada, and La Paz in Mexico. And La Paz in Mexico is actually a new port for Royal Caribbean. And then departing from Los Angeles, 4 ships will actually operate various itineraries. They've got Quantum of the Seas, return for the summer 2026 with 3 and 4 night trips to Catalina Island and Ensenada, as well as a 7-night cruise featuring overnight stays in Cabo de San Lucas. And the Ovation of the Seas is going to operate in Los Angeles in the winter of 2026 through 2027. She'll be offering 3, 4, and 7-night itineraries Destinations include Catalina Island and Ensenada. And then she says week-long voyages that are going to sail and include overnight stays in Cabo San Lucas. Another one is their Navigator of the Seas. She'll be offering 7-night Mexican Riviera sailings from Los Angeles, visiting Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. Also, Voyager of the Sea will be operating 6 and 8-night itineraries calling on Catalina Island, Ensenada, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta, with some select sailings that are actually overnight in Cabo San Lucas. And they just opened up bookings, so definitely keep in mind, because they just made this announcement on February 12th. So bookings are now open, so keep in mind too, in case you want to maybe try and sail maybe from the West Coast. Okay, keep it in mind too. And something else too is I know that they've got new ships coming out. And they've got their new ship, Star of the Seas, coming out this summer. And that's a sister ship to Icon of the Seas. Her debut date is going to be actually on August 31st. And she's a second-class Icon of the Seas ship category. And she'll have cutting-edge, amenities, including immersive water attractions, also entertainment options. And as mentioned, her passenger capacity, by the way, is going to be 5,610 guests, okay? But she's a sister ship to Icon Seas, which actually debuted last year. It was actually now still the biggest ship ever being built, too. But also, what's kind of fun, too, is keep in mind, do you like dogs? Well, with Icon Seas, when she debuted last year, they announced they're going to have a new officer on board the ship, and that was actually having a first in the cruise industry, a chief dog officer. Yes. And Golden Retriever, her name is Rover, and she is actually their chief dog officer in Icon Seas. And then they made another announcement, found out quietly was at a cruise conference last year. I was talking to the president of Royal Caribbean, Michael Bailey. But he mentioned Star Seas was going to have a chief dog officer too. And her name is going to be called Sailor. And I just heard that did adopt Sailor. Of course, she's young, but the ship's not coming out until August this year, but she's going to be their chief dog officer on Star of the Seas. Her name's going to be called Sailor, okay? But how fun, isn't it? And something else, too, that is just so much fun to talk about, too, is, we've got so many new ships coming out, too. I could talk for days about this, too. We've got, of course, as mentioned, Star of the Seas coming out this year. Also, Oceanic Cruises, which is a luxury cruise line, is going to be launching their Allura ship this July 18th. And she is their second Allura class ship for Oceanic Cruises. And she features upgraded accommodations, gourmet dining experiences, and itineraries that focus on the Mediterranean region, too, which is great, too. And as far as some information about the Allura, her passenger capacity is just 1,200 guests, okay? So once again, it's luxury, okay? But keep in mind, too, also, with of course, Virgin Voyages, they've got their Brilliant Lady ship coming out this fall. And that is, of course, Virgin Voyages is a cruise line Richard Branson started. And he had never taken a cruise, but I didn't want to use the word cruising, and that's what they call it, Virgin Voyages, of course. And the Brilliant Lady is debuting this September 5th this year. And she's our fourth ship. And once again, maintains their adults-only policy. It features a variety of different dining venues, wellness programs, entertainment tailored to mature audience, too, which is great, too. And I had a chance to actually see their first ship, the Scarlet Lady, when she's going to be sailing first. It was in, I think, fall of 2021, after we went through the coronavirus pandemic, but she's going to sail out of Port Miami. I was down for a conference, and they invited me to see the ship that day and evening. It was great, too. So anyway, it's good to see the ship. It has adults only up to 18 years or older to sail on, of course, Virgin Voyages. And they call their guests on board the ship, they call them sailors, yes. And it's good to see the ship. That was the first ship. But it's just amazing, because once again, They didn't have big main dining rooms. They had different restaurants on board. The entertainment was fantastic. Just amazing what they're doing too as far as that experience for adults, okay? And so wellness programs, dining venues, it was just great to see the ship too. And of course, Rentlating, which is their fourth ship, is coming out this September too, so keep in mind too. Oh, and then another ship coming out this year too, in the fall, is going to be Celebrity Cruises, the Celebrity Excel. And she's going to be debuting November 18th this year. And it's the final ship in their Celebrity Cruises Edge series too, which is great too. And I had a chance to see the Celebrity Edge when she's christened a couple years ago. It was amazing what they did. I mean, I sailed the Celebrity the first year they started. It was great. But what they've done over the years is great too, because once again, they've added different entertainment, dining venues. They did a beautiful area of their main area too, which is great too. And with the Celebrity Excel, by the way, her name is actually XCEL, Celebrity Excel, and her capacity is just 2,918 guests, okay? And it's their final ship in their Celebrity Excel Edge class ships too. They're going to be another class 2 down the road too, which is great too. And another one coming out too is with Disney Cruise Lines. They do phenomenal things too. I sailed on Disney Cruise Line when they first started back in the 1900s. Yeah, it was probably maybe 1995, whatever, 1996. It was great to see the ship too and sail on it. And they got their Disney Destiny coming out this November 20th. It's their third ship in their Disney Triton class, which features really immersive experiences too around the Marvel superheroes. It includes unique dining, entertainment options. And then, of course, they've got also this year too, coming out in December 27th this year, they've got the Disney Adventure. The Disney Adventure is going to accommodate 6,000 guests, a little bit bigger than Disney Destiny, but it's part of their global class, and it sounds really fantastic too. And that's coming out, of course, late December 2027 this year. Okay, and once again too, it's just great with new shows coming out, different things that you can have as far as options too. So, and then of course some things about the World America, which I'm really excited about too, is I got invited to be on the christening, okay, which is great. And the christening is going to be departing on April 9th from Port Miami, and then we'll be sailing out for 3 nights, come back on April 12th. What they're doing too is, they're showing more about it too. What they did was, what was fun too is, the World America, MSC World America just completed her successful sea trials ahead of her April launch. And that's great too. It's actually MSC Cruises' 23rd ship. Okay, so this will be the 23rd ship they've got in their series of ships too. And it really represents the evolution they've done over the years too. And this is actually the first, this new ship coming out, of course, too, is the first to feature 7 onboard districts, okay, that bring a range of different tailored experiences too. They've got combining bars, restaurants, entertainment, leisure facilities. Each district area will meet needs, moods, and desires, okay. And also, it's good too is they did the sea trials, of course, too, and this ship, we're doing some final touches too, and this should be officially named on April 9th of this year at the MSC Miami Cruise Terminal, which is the largest cruise terminal in the world, okay. And something that came up too, of course, with MSC Cruises, as mentioned, it's their 23rd ship, and also, like I said, different restaurants too, which is great. And what they're doing is, actually on the christening cruise, her main voyage is going to offer a celebratory sailing to their private island. It's their Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve in the Bahamas. And then, of course, they're doing the christening cruise, and we get back on April 12th, and then she'll be sailing out her regular sailings too. With the MSC World America, she's got 22 different decks. Gross registered tonnage is actually 216,636 feet, or tonnage. and she's 1,093 feet in length and has 100. As far as her width, she's 154 feet. As far as her width, we have a capacity up to 6,762 guests, of course, and the crew members would be 2,138 crew members, and she has 2,614 different cabins and staterooms. Also, they've got different dining experiences on board too. They've got their Greek restaurant, Paxos. Also, they've got the only Italy at sea. Italy is a very, very famous restaurant, but Italy, of course, and they'll offer new complimentary fast casual options to cater for every taste as far as food and temptations too. And it's going to feature actually two brand new lounge concepts. They've got All Star Sports Bar, which is an authentic game day atmosphere with all-American flair too, which is great, and bar games. Also, they've got the Loft. It's a multi-purpose venue for comedy, karaoke, and more. And like I said, mentioning her sales will be starting on April 12th, and she'll be offering alternating 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruises and 7-night Western Caribbean cruises. And these include stops including Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Mexico, also Roatan, Honduras, and of course Ocean Cay, MSC Marine Reserve. That is their private island too. And once again, too, is I'm just really excited about the ship too. And also, one thing they're doing too is with their private island, Ocean Cay, MSC Marine Reserve. What they're doing is they're doing more there too. They have been working on doing a marine lab there too. And I know they were building coral reef trees there too. I'll show them about that later on too, okay? And that's great too. So keep it in mind too, because it's really great too. And once again, I'll show them about that too, because I'm just trying to find out what they're offering as far as what they've expanded as far as Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve. I was there when their first ship. It was great. It was fantastic, but they're adding more things too. So, and they actually did a sand cutting for the new lab too. So I'm going to find out more about that too, because once again, they're also doing the center. They've got their brand new Marine Conservation Center at Ocean Cay. They just announced this too, and on April 10th, when I'm actually there on the new MSC World America, after she's christened on April 9th, we're sailing out there, and what they're doing is they're going to actually inaugurate their new Marine Conservation Center at Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve too. What they're doing there too is their research and conservation center will serve as their base for coral restoration around Ocean Cay. Also, experts will be conducting cutting-edge studies on coral resilience and also working on restoration projects to help revive reef ecosystems too. Also, what's really fun too is education, marine science. Graduate students will have the opportunity to really gain hands-on experience too, and it's a great way to kind of build their public awareness and engagement too. So visitors will have the opportunity to connect with their work, exploring the challenge of marine life, also the innovation things they're doing too. So once again, Center isn't just a place for research, it's a hub for discovery, learning, and action to preserve our oceans too. So I'll share more about that later too. And also when I do the cruise and come back, I'll definitely share more about it too, which is great too. I'm just so excited what they're doing. It's just amazing too. So yes. And what's fun too is, like I said, just they're doing great stuff too. So I will be sharing more of that too. Okay. Something else that came out too is actually we've got private out islands are something that cruises have been doing for years. Okay. That's one of the ones, it's been a core of the industry too. And also when cruising was coming back, that's what cruise lines focused on as far as going to their private out islands. One that was the first cruise I took was actually with Norwegian Cruise Line, and it was just wonderful. Their private island was beautiful there, and great strip cays in the Bahamas, but was there for the christenings too, after I was in the christening of the ships too, which is great too. But it was great because once again, and then what they're doing right now too is they're actually in the process of building a dock there for the ships to dock there too, which is great too. Okay, and another one, of course, is with Royal Caribbean. They've got their Berwick Day Coco. Okay, that's a private outlet line, but one that is coming up right now is actually with Carnival Cruise Lines. Okay, what they decided to do is they've got their new private outlet line. It's called Celebration Key. Yes, it's coming out in 5 months. Okay, and the first ship is going to call on their Celebration Key on July 19th. So what they did was they just did. I'm going to share a video about this in a bit too. But also what they're doing is they've been working this so hard. It looks gorgeous. I've seen pictures. I'm going to write about it pretty quickly too. As far as their new destination, as mentioned, is called Celebration Key. It's going to be opening up their ships to dock at 2, starting on July. But it features, they call them 5 different portals. Those are 5 different areas. Okay, and as mentioned, the island is actually located on Grand Bahama, and it's going to include the biggest freshwater lagoons in the Caribbean. They've got their own private white sand beach, family-friendly zones. They've got adults-only club, dining venues. Some are complimentary, of course, 2 other bars too. And once on the island, clients and guests will be able to enjoy 4 full-service restaurants, food hall. They've got 9 food trucks, 5 snack shacks. Okay, how fun! A pair of counter service kiosks, and also a dozen bars. And also, they've got different places too as far as a special program. 1 free Island Eats meal in the quick casual outlets too. Also, guests can actually, if they want to reserve maybe a full entree, they pay, but they're getting a discount too. And once again, it's really positioning a great way for Carnival to really expand what they're doing too. And one thing they're doing too is they get different areas. Okay, they got their Paradise Plaza, and this is the welcome portal, the first entry place for people to actually get to when they get off the Carnival Cruise Line ship at Celebration Key. And it actually is a sandcastle structure. Okay, sandcastle structure, and guests will be able to enjoy live music, information. Also, what's fun too is guests can actually find Suncastle Grounds Coffee, which is a great stop. Okay, for snacks and frozen coffees. They've got an ice cream shop called Yum Shine Scoops. So Yum Shine Scoops for ice cream. Okay, so found the plaza too. They got a family-friendly portal too, which is great. Okay, and their family-friendly portal is ideal for families. And this is going to include a pair of racing wild slides descending from the central sandcastle. Yes, a sandcastle there too. They've got a splash pool, a shallow pool, large freshwater lagoon for swimming. Plus, there's going to be a sports court, areas for kids and teens to have fun. And they've got also naturally a beach complete with the loungers and cabanas for rent, of course. Would be the cabanas, villas with own private slides, and into the lagoon, even floating cabanas too. And I've been looking at pictures. It looks phenomenal, doesn't it? It looks great. I'll share more about it later too. Also, they got this portal includes their Starfish Lagoon. Yes, Starfish Lagoon. It includes different activities, including their pink flash flamingo and blue Mach 3 marlin. They got 350 plus foot water slides that race down from the 10-story tall Suncastle. Yes. Also, with Starfish Lagoon, it's actually the home of Gill's Grill. It's a full-service restaurant and a bar highlighting Caribbean seafood baskets, regional fish, lobster, crab, shrimp, chicken dishes, burgers, and of course kids meals. And they've got different outlets too in the Captain's Gallery food hall. That's going to serve. Let's see, it's going to serve everything from burgers, of course, hot dogs and fried chicken and pizza, Mediterranean bowls, tacos, and burritos. Also, one fun thing they've got a parrot fish swim up bar. Yes. Okay. It's going to showcase in water and out of water seating for those who are looking for a tropical drink. Okay. But that's called Parrot Fish Swim Up Bar. Okay. And then for toddlers, they've got their Guppy Grotto. And they've got a coral reef themed splash pad, and also shallow walking pool near the ice cream shop too. And then they got their game pavilion, which encompasses foosball, ping pong, and cornhole. Okay, and also they've got sports cart features pickleball, basketball, volleyball. And then they've got, just for adults, they've got adults only area too. It's called Calypso Lagoon. Yes. So with Calypso Lagoon, it's adult only. A friendly portal. It's in the form of a club off lagoon and beach. And they've got a 100-seat swim-up bar called Long Necks Bar and Sunshine Swigs Bar, okay, which will have 40 different swings for guests to enjoy while mixing up cocktails and DJ spinning tunes, of course, too, music too, for a full array of different cabana rentals too. And of course, they've got a full-service restaurant called Mingo's Tropical Bar and Kitchen, and that's going to feature Bahamian cuisine, catered to guests 18 years and older. And they've got that includes fried fish, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, tacos, and of course, then too, for faster service, people can actually then also opt to order at a kiosk at Mingo's Express food truck too. And another full-service restaurant, full-service venue is going to be Calypso Cove. Would be a surf and sauce barbecue and brews. Clients can expect slow smoked meats and plenty of sauce and options too. And they've got their private club portal, okay. And with this, guests can really enjoy more exclusivity. It's their private club portal. It will offer adults premium experience with elevated amenities, including an infinity pool with scenic views, relaxing loungers, palm trees. Who doesn't like palm trees? I love palm trees, okay. Dedicated beach and enhanced dining options too. Also, named the Pearl Cove Beach Club, this dedicated area will actually include 11,000 square feet for an infinity pool, complete with expansive sun shelf and own swim-up bar too. Water loungers. We crown with pink striped sun umbrellas. Okay, while day beds will also dot on the pool too. Also be DJ play music, full service restaurant, plus a bar, plus an indoor and outdoor lounge too. And the Pearl Cove Beach Club restaurant has an elevated menu, and it produces purchase can be broken into 3 different tiers, okay? Club access and a welcome drink. They've got club access with an open bar. They've got a club access, all-inclusive open bar and lunch, of course, too. Then another portal they've got is their Lacono Cove portal, and retail therapy available. This is their portal. It'll be surrounded by Bahamian murals and shopping. The portal will actually feature Bahamian items to purchase from duty-free shops. Extra food and beverage offerings will be there too, serving Bahamian flavors too, which is great too. So it just sounds so exciting, doesn't it? And once again too is, I know right now that they're opening this July for their ships. Going to be sitting there too. But what they did was, right now, Celebration Key will be able to dock 2 different Carnival ships simultaneously when it launches. This is in July, of course, too. And it's, they plan to, they just announced this too. They've already unveiled a phase 2 expansion for Celebration Key. This is going to come in 2026. And the pier burst will actually be doubled to the tune of, I think, capacity actually except for Excel class ships too. And once again, with Carnival Cruise Lines, they project they're going to have 4 million visitors annually to this private destination by 2028. And Christine Duffy, as the president of Carnival Cruise Line, mentions it is, as is fitting to our plans for Grand Bahama Island. Our vision for Celebration Key is quite grand, and we're already thinking of new ways to expand and development too. And building our second pier, allows us to actually implement growth plans and build itineraries. It will actually certainly, with certainty too, and signals, once again, local community is how important it is for this development too. So once again, it's good that they're going to be expanding it more too in 2026, which is great. It's called, of course, Celebration Key, okay? And it's really great too, just great too. And like I said, they just did a special event there recently at Celebration Key because they're getting it ready too. They're building it like crazy, which is great. But it looks phenomenal. I love the 5 different portals they're doing, and they'll be adding more too, which is great. And I have a video to share about that too that I found, which is really, really fun. And the video does include Christine Duffy, the president of Kona Cruise Line, and she is just phenomenal. I just adore her. I've met her several times over the years. She's a great person. But they just did this special video about it, and as they're getting the work done to get this thing open, it will be open for the ships to actually sail to and dock at this July, which is great. Okay, which is great. But the 5 different portals, like I said, they've got one for adults only, which is great. They got one for families, but different things as far as shopping too. They've got their one portal too. I mentioned as far as shopping, and that is actually there. Let me look it up again too. It's it's called their Lacono Cove portal, and they call it available for retail therapy, right? Well, when you like to take cruises, do you like to shop? I like to shop. I like to buy local items there like crazy because it helps the community, but again, they have beautiful items too. And it's going to be surrounded with Bahamian murals, okay, and shopping. Of course, it's going to feature Bahamian items to purchase from their duty-free shops. Of course, it's going to offer extra food and beverage offerings there too, but it's called Lacono Cove Portal, okay? And as far as how they came up with the idea, they did actually a community naming competition, which resulted in the winning submission of Lacono Cove to be the name and design of their destination's retail area. As far as Lacono, didn't know it, but Lacono actually means the people, and it was derived from the Lucayans, who were named among the first to actually call Grand Bahama home. And also, besides showcasing local products, music, and culture, the portal is also going to serve as the entry for independently or shore excursions to explore and tour Grand Bahama itself to beyond Celebration Key. And as mentioned, Celebration Key is going to be able to dock 2 Carnival ships simultaneously when it launches this July. They're planning, of course, expansions too. And the future expansions are expected to extend an additional water park and also a zipline course too. But I like that term Lacono Cove because, once again, it actually means the people. It's derived from the Lucayans, who were the first to call Grand Bahama home. And it seems a beautiful place to go to. I've seen pictures like crazy, and when we show the video in a few seconds, minutes, whatever, you'll see what it's about too, because it just looks beautiful. I'm so excited about this too, because I love private islands. They're great. You can relax, do shopping, and they play music, and different places to go to just on the island itself too. You feel very safe. It's beautiful. Shopping, beaches, restaurants, different things to enjoy too, and it's just a great place to really relax. And sometimes when you get off a cruise ship and you go to a beach, well, where do you go? It's kind of tough. But with the private islands, you're actually at this island that has beaches, beautiful places to go to too. And I love it. I mean, this is just so exciting for Carnival to actually have Celebration Key opening up, of course, this summer in July, right? And actually will accommodate 2 ships docking there, which is great too. I love it. I think you really liked the video because I found it, and I definitely want to show it today at the end of my show too. It's a good way to close the show because, once again, another good example of good ship happens. And it's just fun to see what the executives were doing when they were there filming this video, including Christine Duffy, the president of Carnival Cruise Line. She's got a phenomenal story. I've written about her before, and she's the one that actually was 2 inches too short to be a flight attendant. Years ago, she wanted to be a flight attendant when she got out of school, and she was 2 inches too short. Took a job instead to be working for a travel agency, moved up, got into incentive travel, then she became president of the Cruise Lines International Association in 2013, which is it's a Cruise Lines International Association. It's great. And then in 2015 is when they pulled in to be president of Carnival Cruise Line, and she just celebrated her 10th year as president of Carnival Cruise Line. And she did a fun thing in October last year. She actually did a skydive. Yes, right, skydive. It was a fundraiser. Carnival Cruise Line decided to do a fundraiser event to help people that were impacted by the hurricanes that came up. And they worked with Gary Sinise, his foundation, which is great. And they wanted to at least get $50,000 as fundraising. And the day before she did a skydive on October 19th last year, okay, they'd already raised $70,000. I donated money. When I donated money the day before she did the skydive, they raised $70,000. And the day she did the skydive, it was a joint skydive together with a professional, of course, but they shared the video. We're getting ready to do a skydive with a professional. She had big smiles. Oh my gosh, I don't think I could do that because she actually did a skydive 10,000 feet off a flying plane. But she did with a professional, which is great too. And then when they landed together, she had big smiles, and they actually raised, with this fundraiser, $90,000. Another twist was actually Mickey Arison, who was, his chairman. His family started Carnival Cruise Lines over 53 years ago. Mickey Arison and his wife actually decided to match that fundraiser, so they actually donated $90,000 to the match, which was great too. But it's just great what they're doing with this Celebration Key. I love it. And it's just a great way to kind of really experience, their private outline, and they invested a lot of money in it too, and just the 5 different areas you can go to. They call them portals, of course, too. But it looks beautiful. I love it. It's beautiful. And I found that I have to find this video myself too, so that would be a good way to kind of end the show too, because once again, a great example of what they're doing too. And once again, with this video, we're going to show shortly. Christine Duffy is there, the chairman of Carnival Corporation is there too, which is great. But just what they're doing with this island is amazing. With these beautiful areas too. I mean, I'm seeing pictures like crazy. I'm going to be writing about it too, of course. And just amazing what they're doing with this island. It's beautiful. It's a great way to really kind of relax, enjoy different things, depending what you're going to do. Entertainment. I mean, if you want to do a swim up bar, you can do that too, of course. Different things too. They've got the family area, the adults only area. Of course, you've got the area to actually do the shopping if you want to. And of course, as mentioned, they're going to be doing more expansion too. They've been unveiling a little bit of their expansion plans, their phase 2 expansion on Celebration Key. It's going to be coming up in 2026 next year. But once again, they're going to be actually doubling the berths there too, piers. So you actually be able to have 4 different Excel class ships dock there at one time, which is great too. And once again, just kind of their expansion and development 1 and 2 is at different areas too. So once again, I think it's good to go there, and then go back again too, because once again, figure out where you want to go, what you want to experience too. But then maybe after you go to Celebration Key, you think, oh, maybe I should have gone to this one portal area, didn't go there. But once again, they have a lot of their ships going to be actually going there too. And plus, when they actually expand, not just having 2 ships docked there for the day, next year they will actually be able to have 4 different ships docked there too. It's going to be a great experience for people to experience too. And like I said, they've got a lot of growth too. And once again, you can see the ocean, the beaches, experience the beaches. They got different entertainment venues too, places to shop, of course, and dining experiences too. And once again, it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience too, and definitely want to find a way to go see it myself too. Because once again, it really, it's a great way for them to really um, add more to the experiences for people who want to cruise too. And what was fun too in the video, which we'll be showing shortly, it was kind of fun too because Christine Duffy is, of course, there. They just shot this video, but once again, I mentioned they got this sun castle. It actually is 10 stories tall. It's near Paradise Plaza, which is the first portal that cruisers can actually encounter as they get into the areas too. And the Sun Castle is actually home to their racing water slides, part of their portal geared to families, the Starfish Lagoon. Then, of course, as mentioned, they've got their adults only portal, Calypso Lagoon. It features an adult only area with a DJ, of course, and large swim up bar. And of course, the Pearl Cove Beach Club is actually a private portal that offers premium adults only experiences too. And as mentioned, what's fun too is in the video, which we'll be showing shortly, one thing that Christine Duffy did when she was there is they did a commemorative key, which is great too. I think that's part of the video too, be showing shortly. Also, it's a long time partnership with Bahamas, okay? And once again, it really represents a new chapter for Carnival. And it's the construction really builds on their close partnership with the Bahamas, and seeing it transform from vision to reality is really, really incredible. Christine Duffy mentioned too. And she mentioned, of course, too, the ground was actually broken at this site less than 3 years ago. And she mentioned, of course, too, is in 5 months now, our first guests will enjoy the many experiences we created just for them to celebrate and enjoy this gorgeous place in the Grand Bahamas. And what they're doing too, just more about the work they're doing too, because once again, to actually do the where they did this, the ground was broken about 3 years ago, okay? But she mentions about 500 workers are on site daily as the construction continues, and just to make sure that the Carnival Vista's inaugural call on July 19th will be able to dock there too. And it really is beautiful. It looks beautiful too. And once again, it's just fun that they're doing this. It's taking a long time. Once again, now they've got 500 workers working per day to be able to make sure everything's completed when their first ship actually is able to sail and dock there. This is going to be, of course, the ship's going to be the Carnival Vista. Right now they're showing that's going to be on July 19th. That's their inaugural call. Also, it's going to really be helpful to the guests too, because once again, it's going to be featured to be their Carnival Cruise Line ships will be able to dock there. They mentioned that Carnival with Celebration Key is going to be featured on hundreds of Carnival ships cruises sailing on 20 different ships sailing from 10 different U.S. home ports, and right now, which is great too. And it looks like a wonderful expansion that they're doing too. I love it. It just looks great too. But once again, for them to have this beautiful private out island with the 5 different portals, different places to go to, the ships dock right there, which is great. 2 ships can dock there right now when it opens up in July. And then I'm going to be expanding it too. Yeah, it looks beautiful. I mean, the pictures I've seen look beautiful too. And like I said, I'm writing about it right now. So I've been doing research, was able to download a lot of photographs too, but just, oh my God, it's just beautiful. My gosh, just different things to do and see and experience. And it's a good way to kind of relax when you're taking a cruise. You can get off at their private out island, explore different things. And once again, I've got so many venues as far as dining. The swim up bars, if you want to, different things for family to do together. They've got this adults only area too, which is great. Okay. And just like I said, when you see the video, I think you'll really, really, really be really appreciative what they're doing with this private out island too. You know, it just looks great too. I'm just so excited about them doing it too, you know. And I think it's wonderful too. But the video will share more about that too, okay? So once again too, it's called Celebration Key. That's Carnival Cruise Line's new private out island in the Bahamas, okay? And it looks just phenomenal, okay? I think it looks great too. Like I said, I'm really excited, of course, about the World America, Embassy Cruises' new ship, because I will be actually on the christening cruise in April, okay? And it is going to be really exciting too, because once again, I've been on several of Embassy Cruises christening cruises, seeing their ships sail on the ships before too. It's really great too. So I'm excited about that too. Because once again, we got so many new ships coming out this year. It's really exciting too. But the private out island is just really great too for Carnival to do this too. And once again too, you can see the ocean. I would like blue ocean, but the ship docks right there, which is great. Okay. And you can see the ocean, and they've got, like I said, just some funny things they're doing too, different to it, great too. And like I said, just one thing too is they expand too with having more ships sail there too, which is great too. So ships can dock right there that are Carnival Cruise Line ships. The key thing is, with it being their private out island, the only ships and people that will be there will be people that are on Carnival Cruise Line ships, okay? Because with the private out islands, once again, it's actually just for that cruise line, not other cruise actually dock there, okay? That's important too, because once again, it's a great experience to experience too. And like I said, I could talk about it all day, but once again, just seeing the pictures and writing about it right now. Been doing research, of course, too, but I like the 5 portals. They're making progress like crazy. But to have 500 people working there every day is really phenomenal, isn't it? Yes, it is phenomenal. I just think it's wonderful too. Yes. And like I said, the first cruise I took was actually with the Norwegian Cruise Line years ago, but we actually went to Great Stirrup Cay, their private out island. They're expanding it more too. I was there a couple years ago by their christening cruises too, but what they're doing now too is with the Norwegian Cruise Line, they're actually building their own dock there. So with the Norwegian Cruise Line, going to be able to dock their ships there, which is much easier rather than having to take a tender from the ship to the private out island. Once again, we see that is just now, when it comes to private out islands, that's what cruise lines do. They have their ports right there. The ship can dock right at the port, and people get off the ship and get on the private out island and walk back on. Don't have to worry about taking a tender back and forth too. But it's really great to experience it too. And like I said, this is just a great way that I think is Carnival Cruise Line is really adding more to it too, as far as the cruise line experience too for guests too. Because, like I said, I mean, we've got new ships coming out, and with their private outlines, they add more to it too, which is great. I mean, what's really fun too is I've not been there, but it's Perfect Day Coco Cay. That is actually Royal Caribbean's private out island. I love the name of it, Perfect Day Coco Cay. Yes. And like I said, with Ocean Cay Embassy Marine Reserve, it's beautiful. I was there right when they were first opening it, because I was in the christening with the new ships too. They christened the ship right there in the evening. But that's when I was there too, and we docked in the morning. And later, early afternoon, they actually did sand cutting for their lab. And that's their ocean lab they're building right there too. So when I go back for the christening of the new Embassy World America in April, April 12th and April 10th is when we actually be at Ocean Cay Embassy Marine Reserve, and I'm so excited to actually go back there and see what they've done as far as the island itself. What I like too is they don't have zip lining, okay? They've got beautiful areas too, and it's great too. Once again, with the Celebration Key, it looks great too. So great experience. I'm really looking forward to seeing what looks like myself too when I get a chance to go there sometime too on a Carnival Cruise Line too, which is great. But it looks beautiful. I mean, the pictures I've seen, because I'm writing about it right now, look beautiful too, and the video will share a little bit more what they're doing too. And that's going to be coming up pretty shortly too, so you can see the video too, okay?